Okay. So the overall theme is the Knight of Discs, and I'm going to just do a clarifier card. Could you please clarify this Knight of Discs in the center, since this is the energy surrounding all of November? Okay. So with the Knight of Discs is a slow-moving person usually. Knights can be energy, but it can also be a person. And they're not excited for battle. They're not excited to go in and do whatever it is they need to do. And so they're hesitant. They're, weighing out, which is interesting that this is a card that comes up. They're weighing out whether what they're about to embark on will benefit them. And even if it's for the greater good, even if it's to benefit lots of people, they're still going to be thinking about whether or not it's going to help them out. And if it doesn't, then they'll pass and they won't go on. Also, it's Pentacles are air signs. So, I'm sorry, our earth signs. So that's Virgo, that's Taurus. Who's my third one? Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. Then we have the Pentacles show up again as a clarifier in the Two of Discs. And so that's, finding balance within your finances, finding balance within your worlds, whether it's between, if you have enough money, if you're spending and saving, or it also can be just balancing different things in your life. So it can be your social persona versus like your family persona, love, work, career, career, family kind of balancing. And so it's saying, this is a time for you to really look at that, because chances are it is out of balance and that you need to do something to shift that. And so the Knight of Discs coming in could be asking you to do so, or could be showing you it's out of balance and you need to do something about it. Also, Knights are usually in the age range between like mid-20s. I mean, it could be early teens to early 30s, really. So, okay. So in the love area, we have Queen of Discs, Queen of Swords, and then the Four of Wands reversed. So this is absolutely, these two are you and your partner. You and your, if you're dating someone, your date. And if you're single, it could be you and who you think you should be with, or you're trying to draw in. Seeing as we have the Queen of Discs, Taurus, I definitely feel like that is you, Queen of Discs. It's a beautiful card. She rules with and I say she, but if you're a male, then it's still you. They rule with a very thought out plan. It's not like they always go off of emotion. They kind of look at the bottom line and see where they will benefit and what will benefit for their kingdom, So it's always very fair, because numbers don't lie. So they're very literal, and everything is in place, and they like to have the nicer things. And I feel like that's you, Taurus. And I mean, the Queen of Discs kind of is your card, and because you like the finer things, Taurus. You're usually very aware of what's going on financially, whether it's good or bad. What's going on. And then we have the Queen of Swords turning their back on you. Okay? So the Queen of Swords is looking out past you. And the Queen of Swords is kind of like that. Can be very cold, can be very what's the word I'm looking for? Exact, and will do what others can't. Will finish the job kind of person. A lot of times what they have to do, people don't like, but it's necessary. So in like the highest of regards, the Queen of Swords, is pure strength and really knows how to communicate it in a very clear fashion. Even if it might hurt your feelings, it's true. With the Queen of Swords, if they ask you, like, do you want to know what I think? Be sure you really do want to know what they think, because they will tell you the truth, and it might hurt your feelings. So your partner, could be, feeling that kind of like, looking out into the future and seeing like, well, there's some things going on that they don't really necessarily feel like they gel with you on. And that's why we have the Four of Wands here in reverse. It's celebration and it's joy, but it's, it can kind of be like a false feeling of joy. It's like going out and celebrating, but it not having any substance beneath it. So, this is a conversation I think you guys need to have. Why are you guys going out and having these fun times, but they're not really that fun and you're not really enjoying them? So I think that's going to be a conversation that needs to happen in the love department. Also, if you're single, then you could be attracted or drawing in this type of person who kind of just hurts your feelings, and so you're going through the motions with them. And so in a way, I mean, if you're just dating or you're looking for someone, don't waste your time. If you don't feel good and you don't feel in your highest energy, then let go, okay? It doesn't mean that they're gone forever. It just means that right now that's not the energy you need, and you need to let it go and take care of yourself. So over here we have family. We have the Three of Discs, Ace of Cups, and then the King of Discs. So, interesting. Okay. So I feel like you're going to be working with your family, learning something from them, or vice versa, them learning something from you. I mean, like I keep getting the word canning. Like, are some of you Taurians? I mean, Taurians are really good with earth too, and with gardening and things like that. I'm thinking like canning, that your grandmother's teaching you to can. Yeah, that you're, making tamales and like from generations, like getting generational recipes and things like that. And it just opens up something new for you. So I feel like your family is giving you something that seems mundane in a way, but will really shift how you go about your life and open up a whole new emotional realm for you. Here, this is the Ace of Cups here. I don't think you can see it. It's like this connection with your ancestors that you didn't know existed. And it makes you stronger, and it brings you a sense of value and comfort and foundation. So it's like it feels like you know who you are even more because of these things that you have been taught during November. It's a really lovely, feeling of this, of like working, getting in the earth, getting it ready for winter maybe, or getting it ready for summer, depending on where you're at. And, getting all the canning ready for the winter, but just learning something special that you kind of knew, but you didn't know necessarily, and being praised for how well you understand it. And because of that, yeah, you definitely feel like a part of you that's been missing has been fulfilled because of this. Yeah, it's like it's just like you can feel your great grandparents in you when you're doing this, and this makes you feel really strong and connected, like the King of Discs. And then over here we have work and career. And so we have the Eight of Wands, the Four of Cups, and then the Magician in reverse. So you're going to be getting a lot of projects. You're going to be getting a lot of work in your career. You're going to get a lot of choices about how to do it or what to do. And you're going to get, I feel like you're going to be very overwhelmed with that, and you won't know where to go or what to choose. And the thing is that all of these choices, all of these things benefits you and are in the positive, but you're kind of like, I don't have time for this. Like almost, I feel like, because you feel so connected with your family or your ancestry or some roots or close friends, work is not your focal point right now, but you should give some attention to it, because you are getting a lot of choices, and if you are overwhelmed, sit down, write it all out, write what the choices are, and just start marking them off, which ones work and which ones don't. But don't turn it away. Don't say, I'm done. I don't really need anything more. I'm good. And, devaluing what people are giving you. Because if you don't, then there's a chance that people will get upset over it, who aren't getting as many choices, and could be really sneaky Pete's and kind of undermine you in a way. Also, this could be you too, that you realize that these choices were awesome and then they're no longer there, and so you become kind of a sneaky Pete about gaining back those choices and doing it in a way that necessarily aren't ethical, maybe, or aren't on the up and up, manipulative. So make sure you take advantage of it when you get it, so that you don't have to pedal backwards and, kind of shift things around and maybe, I'm not thinking that it's a major shade, but being kind of shady about trying to get them back. All right, and then over here we have finances. So I think it's because, you do have a lot going on, in these two sectors, with work and family, that, you're trying to balance everything, you're trying to balance what is given to you, and the messages that you are receiving. Now, because of this, this right here is the rest card. You need to take a rest. You need to stop, slow down, and take care of yourself. So in finances, I really feel like this is finances, but this is also just well-being and health for you. You have to rest. You have to take care of yourself so that you can receive the messages that are coming in. Because the Page of Discs is such a little spry sweetheart, like when the Page of Discs shows up, it's okay. This is going to be a moneymaker. This has a possibilities to really make you a lot of money. There's something to it when it comes to that, like, oh, okay, yeah, if I continue with this, I can see where I could really gain some wealth. But the only way you're going to get it is if you rest, so that you can actually pay attention to what's going on. And over here we have the King of Swords, and maybe the King of Swords is, we have the King of Swords and then the Queen of Swords. Interesting. The King of Swords, I think, might, like, in a way, I feel like they're trying to protect you and say, hey, sleep, and I'll watch over you while you rest. I'll make sure everything stays as it needs to be. But it also could be your accountant. It could also be, your lawyer, your somebody helping you in the financial realm, and really communicating clearly to you what needs to happen so that you can get to this Page of Discs. I don't feel like this is negative. I feel like he's misunderstood in your eyes. Like you don't like him a whole lot or don't like her a whole lot, but you respect them and you understand their value, but they're not your best friend. Vegetarian, vegan. How funny, because I kept getting heat. And watch out for ovens, watch out. So maybe don't even eat the turkey. Just don't eat it. No, if you want to, go for it. Free will. Vegetarian, vegan. Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. I'm going to read that one more time. Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. So yeah, this is this kind of comes in here. Like I kept getting this feeling that you needed to take care of your health, make sure that you're doing what you need to with sleeping. Obviously, you need to eat. Make sure that you're eating well, eating organic if you can, but just eating things that are good for your body and less processed. Once again, this sleep. Get enough sleep. Taurus, it's really important, especially for your sign, to do that. You, as a sign, need more sleep than other signs, and that is okay. That is fine. It's just knowing that you need that, and I wish that people would just let you have it, because we need you at your top notch energy, and the only way you can do that is when you are in this space. I mean, other signs can kind of grin and bear it and just get through it and power through, but you really need to take care of yourself. And so that, eat well, sleep, um, don't drink that much either. Don't, if you are, I love a good wine. I do. Um, but just sip and be gentle with your body and your circumstance.